Welcome to the deep dive. We take source material provided by you, the listener, and really dig in to get those core insights.
Yeah, the idea is to give you that knowledge efficiently, maybe spark a few aha moments along the way.
Exactly. We want to get straight to the point, make it engaging, something that actually sticks.
So today we're diving into a short story, one that seems to have really resonated. It's called Silence by Tom with an H.
Right. It was the winner of Readsy Prompts Contest, #171, so clearly it connected with people.
And that's our mission here, isn't it? Not just to retell the story, but to unpack why.
What is it about this seemingly simple piece that captivated so many readers? What's the emotional core?
What's the power in this silence, as the title suggests?
Okay, let's jump in. The setting. It sounds incredible. Sunrise over Lake Quinault.
Oh, yeah. Olympic National Forest, Washington State. The author calls it a hidden gem, land owned by the Quinault Indian Nation. It sounds very serene, quite remote.
Definitely sets a mood. And the narrator, he feels like this is his spot, his secret place.
Right, there's this possessiveness. He has a routine, watching the sunrise there, especially early summer. He expects solitude.
And then boom, Delilah shows up.
Unexpectedly, yeah.
Yeah.
And her appearance is very understated.
Totally. No makeup, ripped jeans, faded hoodie. Not exactly glamorous.
But he sees something, right? This inner spark, he calls it. He's immediately drawn in, despite the casual look.
That contrast is interesting, isn't it? It suggests the connection isn't superficial.
I think so. It hints that he's maybe sensing an authenticity in her, something beyond just looks.
And their first words are almost comical, in a way.
Yeah. She asks, is this seat taken? Standard enough.
And he just says, it's a free country.
It's not exactly smooth.
Not at all. But somehow, that incredibly brief, unromantic exchange, it hits him hard.
Suddenly, this spot he guarded so closely, he wants to share it.
Why do you think that tiny interaction flipped such a switch in him?
Well, maybe his possessiveness was a kind of defense. And her simple question, her presence, just sort of bypasses it. It opens him up to sharing the experience, perhaps.
That makes sense. And then, after those few words, silence.
But not an empty silence. The story calls it loud and revealing.
Yeah, like she wasn't there for chit-chat, she was there for the sunrise, same as him.
And in that quiet, watching the light change, they share something without speaking. A mutual appreciation.
He feels the moment is actually better because she's there, made all the more special.
That shared silence, it can be incredibly bonding, can't it? It strips away the need for small talk and allows for a different kind of connection, just being present together.
It implies a level of comfort, maybe even trust, almost instantly.
Right. And the whole thing is so brief. The sunrise happens, it's beautiful.
They experience it together, side by side, barely speaking.
And then she just leaves, quietly, after maybe 30 minutes.
Only 8 words exchanged in total, he says. But he feels like a lifetime had been imagined.
That line is powerful. It speaks to the intensity of the connection, even unspoken.
And he's left feeling, sad, like he missed something. He's sure he'll never see her again.
Definitely a sense of loss, I think. That what if feeling is strong. The brevity makes the memory sharper, more potent.
Which sets up the next part. We jump ahead 5 years.
5 years, he's dated, had relationships, but nothing stuck.
And he kind of admits to himself, looking back, that the reason things failed, it always came back to that sunrise.
That memory, that unspoken thing with Delilah, it lingered.
He keeps going back to the lake, to their spot. He tells himself it's just for the view,
But clearly, he's hoping. Deep down, he's hoping she'll be there again.
The place itself holds the memory, doesn't it? It's tied to that feeling, that possibility.
Absolutely. It's become symbolic for him.
And then, one summer morning, same time of year.
There she is.
Same spot. And she says the exact same thing. Is this seat taken?
And he gives the same reply. It's a free country. It's almost like fate or a replay.
A second chance. Feels very significant.
Like the universe nudging them.
But this time is different. After the sunrise, he speaks.
He breaks the pattern. Introduces himself, Peter.
And asks her for coffee. A simple, direct move.
And her reply is just as simple. My name is Delilah, and I would be glad to share a cup of Joe.
And hearing her say Joe, that specific word, it somehow seals the deal for him.
Isn't that funny? It's those tiny, specific, almost random details that can feel so incredibly meaningful in moments of connection. It's like a private language starting.
It confirms the realness of it all for him somehow.
Yeah. And from that cup of Joe,
things move fast. Coffee, dinner, commitment, proposal.
Whole life unfolds. Kids, dogs, the works. a shared history.
And this feels important. They keep going back to Lake Quinault.
For those silent sunrises, just the two of them.
What does that ritual tell us about their decades together?
I think it shows that the core of their bond, that quiet understanding from the very start, remained vital. They actively nurtured it.
Even with all the noise of a full life, they returned to that foundational silence.
It grounded them, maybe, reminded them of where it all began, a constant touchstone.
Then the story brings us to their final trip. They're older now.
Getting to the spot is physically harder, it takes effort, but they make it.
One last sunrise together. The familiar silence.
And then Delilah asks him, knowingly,
"Would you like to share a cup of joe?" Bringing back that pivotal moment.
such a tender callback. And her final words to him,
"I'll save a seat for you." Just wow.
so poignant. And his reply, consistent to the end.
It's a free country.
That line takes on so much weight by then, doesn't it? From dismissive to deeply meaningful, a testament to their unique story.
It feels like acceptance, almost. And then she's gone.
He's left with his grief, but the connection isn't severed,
No, he still goes back to the lake, but at night now.
and he feels her there, in the moonlight, in the silence, her comforting hand.
It's a beautiful image of love enduring beyond loss. The silence changes, meaning again becoming a space for memory and presence.
It really brings the story full circle.
And clearly, this resonated. You mentioned it won the contest, got tons of comments, likes.
Yeah, people really felt it. The comments highlighted things like the affecting simplicity, the beautiful wonder of shared silence.
Someone mentioned how it captures that feeling that every movie is a love story at heart, through those simple elements, the lake, the sunrise, the coffee.
And that quote someone pulled out, "Lifetimes are only lifetimes when viewed in reverse." That hits home, doesn't it?
It really does. So, what does that reaction tell us? Why did this simple story work so well?
I think it taps into universal feelings. That longing for connection, the magic of finding it, often unexpectedly. The beauty in quiet moments.
And the bittersweet reality of love and loss, its simplicity allows readers to kind of pour their own emotions into it.
Definitely. And the sunrise motif is so strong, hope, renewal, consistency through their whole lives.
Yeah, it's the constant anchor. And the power of what's not said, that unspoken understanding is maybe the loudest thing in the story.
It really celebrates that depth. And even with the sad ending, there's a warmth, a hopefulness in the enduring nature of their bond.
So wrapping up our deep dive on silence, what are the big takeaways?
Well, I think it powerfully illustrates how significant small shared moments can be, how deep connections can form in quiet understanding.
And that true love, that real bond, it persists. It changes shape maybe, but it endures, even through grief and time. Simple events holding huge weight.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? This exploration, it kind of prompts you, the listener, to consider the unspoken connections in your own life.
That's a great final thought. What moments of shared silence have felt most profound to you?
Or what places, what seemingly ordinary experiences hold that kind of deep emotional resonance in a world that's often so loud? Maybe there's incredible power in just quiet understanding. That was today's Vibe Talks. Keep listening, keep thinking.